There's a program on Netflix called Three Body Problem. I don't know if you watch Netflix.
I've not heard it.
And it's science fiction. I love science fiction. And I started watching this thing, and I know something about the story because originally it was a Chinese story. But I started watching it, and I kept having to turn off because even though the story itself was good, you could see all the way through it exactly what you're talking about now. So the main characters who are scientists, there's not one white person at all. And this is set in England, by the way. Sorry, this is set in England. So the main characters are black, Asian, Indian. One of the main characters, protagonists, is an Asian woman going out with an Indian man. This is in England, in the middle of England. And then the main detective in it is Chinese. Yeah. So I'm thinking, right, okay. So I thought I'm going to push my way through this and just ignore this. I'm going to carry on with it. And next minute, the Chinese character, one of the Chinese characters, who's, to be fair, is that part, then meets somebody, a European. I thought, oh, last a European, to meet him in this hut. And she says to him, "Oh, are you? What are you doing here?" He said, "I'm saving lives." And she said, "Who are you saving?" She said, "What?" And he said, "Why do you think it's who?" "It's birds. I'm saving birds. Birds have been wiped out by such and such." And then he went into this long lecture about how 1,000 species a year are being killed. And so I turned off at that point as well. So I'd already turned off about 3 times. Yeah. And I thought, I'm going to go back and have another go at this. So I went back again. And then the Chinese detective in the UK was chatting with his son, who was playing on his station, like that. And then next minute, the Chinese son is talking to the Chinese father, and he said, and the father said, "Oh, where's Fred?" I'm using a male name today, sort of thing. "Where's that idiot Fred?" or something. And the son said, "Why don't you like him?" And he said, "Oh, he's been my boyfriend for 2 years now." And I thought, oh no, here we go again. Even the Chinese son has got to be gay. And so, you go all the way through it, and you know, there's a good story in there, but you're bombarded with so many messages by the progressives about how life should be and what it should really be like, you know. And the one English character in there, who was quite a good actor or whatever, he ends up having cancer, of course, because you can't have a good white person who isn't ill in any. It's got to be. So I was laughing. I meant to discuss it with you because I just thought you just can't. Even now, just good stories. They're peppered with so much lecturing about the way we should be and the way it should be in life. It's unbearable.
Let me blow your mind.
Okay.
You remember Hill Street Blues?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
It ran from 1981 to 1987.
Yes.
How do I know? My wife found it yesterday on More 4 and went, "Oh, I'm going to watch all the series. I used to love this." So we watched a pilot episode yesterday. So the pilot episode aired in 1981. Partway through, the senior police officer talking, and one says to the other, "Well, you know, the captain's son, he's struggling with his gender identity." And I went, he used the phrase gender identity, and this was 1981.
Oh my God, they were at it then.
And I was like, they were at it then. Just not as much in your face and not every 4 minutes. Yeah. So they mentioned it once in the whole episode, and it's not been that. I think we watched 2 or 3 episodes now. They've been mentioned again, but they actually said he's struggling with his gender identity. 1981.
Flipping it. I know. This is the thing, but I think the problem was then. I wasn't awake. Certainly wasn't awake then, or being aware to these things. So I think I used to watch all that stuff and not realise I was being sold a message. And we discussed this the other day, didn't we, about the Oscars, about the guy coming on naked. I think we did discuss it. So,
and it's how much. So if every one of their sons now's got gender identity problems, or everyone of them's gay, it's the quantity of how much they're throwing at you.
Yes.
So I don't mind a story where someone's son's gay because certain people's sons are gay.
Yeah.
And, it makes the story. But when it's every 4 seconds there's another politically correct mantra in your face, then it just winds you.
But in that programme I just mentioned, there's not just one normal white family. Yeah. A man, his wife, and 3 heterosexual children. Yeah. It's like, that is just not allowed, is it, anymore? That's not, even though probably 80% of our population is like that. It's just not allowed anymore. Yeah.
If you like that video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell and comment. And if you like what I'm saying about running for Mayor of Greater Manchester, then stick around. Tell your family, tell your friends. The only way I'm going to have a chance of winning is a grassroots movement. So be part of that movement and hit that bell. Thanks.